Don't do that. No, you big toad. He just came over and pulled my hair, trying to get me to pet him. I can't see you back there to pet you, you dipstick. I can't see you to pet you. Hey, don't pull my hair. What a silly bird. Hello and welcome to Cockatoo. Cockatoos with attitude, Mander.
Yeah, finally we have Manda outside with us. And a Bobaloo Bob. Yeah, there. And a needy Jasmine.
Yeah, you're willing to even try Bob, aren't you? You'll go anywhere to get preened. Mander, why don't you come over here if you really want to get patted? Oh, come on over. I don't want you chewing on my head.
And awfully good weather.
Yep, another beautiful
Yeah, it
day.
was all day cloudy. With a little bit of drizzle sometimes.
Why don't you know? I don't want you sitting up there. Come here. No, come on down. Come on. Now, you're not going to sit over my head and keep pulling my hair. He doesn't understand that if I can't see him, it's hard to pet him. So he just grabs a hold of your hair and yanks on it like, why aren't you petting me? Well, how about if I could see you? It would be better. You are different, little boy. Hi, Cecil. Hi, Cecil.
Cecil, you are the topic for today, aren't you?
Well, you can see he is feeling better. I mean, this is it's preliminary, but he was active yesterday. A little too active. I don't have Lorelei out here. I had my voice is still strained from yesterday, saying no, no. So
Cutie pie.
So Lorelei has to come out. She's going to be out here with one of her enemies. You know, see how that works.
So nobody is yet in chat but me. So welcome to everybody. Guess we're not that talkative today. Is there any holiday in your country? I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of a better word for holiday. It's actually a day where the companies make more money. It's a bottom line day. Because all the holidays here end in sale.
Actually, I don't think. I mean, we have a holiday here in Germany the day after tomorrow, Tag der Deutschen Einheit. But I've never seen that there's any sale.
Oh, here you just add the word sale after every holiday. It's the Mother's Day sale. It's the Father's Day sale. It's the one that really ticks me off is the Memorial Day sale.
But I think that's also a special Germany that when we have our national celebration day or so, nobody is celebrating.
Hey, Cecil.
So there's some chatters came actually in. So hello and welcome to Lisa Banerjee. Hello, Pie Girl, and Calvin Thurston is also here. So hello and welcome to you guys. Glad to have you here today.
Cecil's, you want to say hello?
Cecil, Lisa is here.
Well, he seems to be doing better. He's not happy with his diet or the medications I'm giving him or his hour of abstinence in the morning before he can eat. But he's definitely active again. His chest doesn't feel as um, expanded, is I guess the best word for it. Doesn't seem like there's too much pressure, but all that's, x-rays tell everything. We don't have x-rays. You won't have that for another couple of months. You really don't want to do x-rays every couple of weeks, which in some countries, which are more advanced than the United States, they don't do x-rays anymore. They do CT scans. And 9 times out of 10, they don't charge you for them. But over here, we're still, oh, I'm going to do an x-ray.
So Jocelyn Trill just came in saying, "Hey, Don Scott in Vlog." So welcome, Jocelyn. Good to have you.
Hello.
Hope Cinnamon is doing well.
Now, you hope cinnamon is spicy. Um,
Look who we have all in one picture. Babalu preening on the bars, Manda looking down, and a needy Jasmine.
See, if I can see you, I can pet you.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Finally,
funny?
Manda decided he wants to go outside as well.
He was out yesterday.
I
Didn't
know.
have it. He had no problems yesterday, and he came right out when I said, "You want to go out?" He came right up today. So
So can you give the weather state at your place on for Jocelyn?
sure. Right now it's 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Um, we have a little wind blowing. I'd say it's about 15% humidity out here. Blue skies. Well, to our eyes anyway. I don't know what they look like to a parrot. I'm sure they don't look blue. Jonathan, are you that starved for affection that you'll come up on Cecil when he has a toy? He's not going to preen you when he's holding a toy. I can guarantee that.
Such a happy Cecil.
Well, might as well start. Cosmo, yesterday I had to go pick up some of the medicine for both Cecil and Cosmo yesterday. And Cosmo went with me and she actually tried to say, hi, cockatoo. Yeah.
Oh,
She, she tried a couple of times. It sort of, part of it came out. And she's getting her vocal cords back. Well, she doesn't have vocal cords, but she's getting her pharynx
that's
back.
awesome.
She did actually make a laugh, which is she hasn't done that in forever either. So, Jasmine, the phone is not going to bring you. I can tell you that right now. Not going to happen.
I would preen you through the phone if I could.
And I'd never get the phone back. Um,
Mm-hmm.
she,
Then
she
every
has,
bird needs its own phone.
yeah. Don't hit me with it. See now he's back to his old Cecil Hyde now.
Mm-hmm.
So her weight is better than it's ever been. I mean, her weight's pretty stable at about 10 grams higher than it used to go. Um, she's active. She's paying attention. She's occasionally even playing with toys now that she can see them. What's up, Cecil? It has been it has been quite the experience trying to find the best way to give them injections. It's just, and by best way I mean It's always recommended that you put them like on a table and try put a towel. That does not work with these two. And sitting them on a perch, they can, they can move around quite a bit. So what I have done is I'm using some of the cues. Basic, I only have three cues, but one of the cues, which is, you know, hold, hold, hold. And I tent the skin. I get it in at about a 20-degree angle, and I get the needle in far enough, and then I take about 30 seconds to inject all the medicine while I'm talking to him. And so far, it's knock on wood. My mother would say to knock on my head. Um, it's going fine. You really have to put it in slow with these guys, or you'll get bleeding. So takes about 30 seconds and I got to keep them still for 30 seconds. That's fun. Are you having fun sitting there? Are you trying to be obvious or what? Hmm? Are you trying to be obvious? I'm going to pet the mander too. He's being good. He's
Mm.
not ripping my hair out. I don't have that much hair. Can't be ripping it
So
out.
then I read a message from Lisa to you. She says, my work has a new supervisor and we were talking about Rico and her dog. Then I brought up Don's vlog and she said she follows also.
Oh, wow. Cool. Tell her I said thank you.
And Falkensu is here. Welcome, Falkensu. She is
Yeah.
sends Wednesday greetings to everyone and everybody.
Hello, Falcon too. So Cosmo is active. She was out here. I take her out separately. She still doesn't see all that well, and she tends to go for the other birds. So I you're not going to start that now, too. Come here. No, you're not going to do that. Come here. Come here. No, you stop. You stop it.
Cute.
You must have seen Mander do it because she just grabbed a hold of my ear trying to get me to pet her. Come here. No,
Oh, the ear.
no.
Jasmine, that's evil.
She didn't bite it. She just grabbed a hold of it.
Yeah,
You need to.
our
I don't
ears are a
want you.
little
Oh, you
sensitive.
better watch yourself there, little girl. Bob, go deal with her.
Jasmine is so brave. She's holding the spot with her eye direct under Babalu's beak.
What is your problem? I started petting Mandel, and then she grabbed my ear. Well, I just turned my position, so it'll be a little harder for you to do that.
Mm.
Mander. All
Cecil, go
right.
away with your rattle ball from Mander. Poop. Poopy. Oh, hi, Cecil. Sweet boy. Cute wings.
Come on, man. Come on, Mander. That's an odd spot. Come on, there you go. There's my Mander. You want to sit on there? Is that where you want to go? Bob, be nice and preen. Well, then don't do anything. That's fine. So her poop is looking better. I mean, her you do the poopology thing, and she's got all three, and most of the time her feces looks normal, and the balance is good between all of them. So she's getting better. She's got a lot more attitude. She rides around on my shoulder, but quite a bit of the time now she'll start flapping her wings, and I'll have to calm her down because it's hard for me to take food out and put switch the water and the food and that kind of thing when she's on my shoulder and she's dancing around, flapping her wings. And this one, He certainly is a lot more active now. And when you look at his chest, most of the time, his chest and his stomach area, they're not showing any signs of stress right now. So that's a good sign. Oh, as far as the extra medication he gets, I mean, he's got a special problem in that he has fatty liver disease along with avian ganglionaritis. So, and when I say along with, it could have been caused by the AGN. So I I had to, talking to two different vets about it, they all say that a pure extract of milk thistle works, but you can't just buy something off the shelf. That's the problem. So had to hunt around, and finally I found that Harrison's has they have milk thistle with nothing else in it except glycerin, which is acceptable, and it actually has the volume. So you know what is in a certain volume of it. You can't just buy one that tells you it's milk thistle. It's got to say exactly how much you get. Okay, when you're giving a dose. Hi, Snowball. What are you up here for? Hi. That's different. You usually don't come over when other birds are out. Hmm,
So, Don, we have a question.
sure.
It's from Pie Girl. It relates to her mice problem she talked about in the last live stream. And the question is, can I ask one last question about mice? Don said they started a fire. What happened? I'm afraid they are chewing on cords that I don't see.
They chewed wires in the wall. Your outlets have wires leading to them, and the plastic is attractive to rodents. So the rodents will chew that, and if they chew it and those wires come together, then you get a spark. And depending on how old the building is, did you panic again, Mander? Mander, that's all right. Don't panic. It's okay, baby boy. He tends to panic. Yeah, so that's what happened. They were chewing the wires in the wall, and then they came together, and there was a spark, and it set the insulation on fire,
Hi,
and then
Snowball.
um, insulation in the walls went up in flames. So, yeah, it's another reason you don't want rodents around. So I know a lot of people don't like the idea of putting out traps and that kind of thing, but you definitely don't want to find out that you have a fire, especially if you find out that. I found that out when I wasn't sleeping, but if I had been sleeping when that happened, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. So um, I no longer have any qualms about dealing with those guys directly. I mean, I don't like to do it, but there's no other choice. I've seen what can happen with rodents. So we were lucky that it happened around 7 o'clock at night instead of happening at 1 o'clock in the morning. Right, Snowball?
Oh, he was
You
with you at that time.
Yep, it was.
Maybe that's why he came over, huh, Snowball? Did you hear he's telling your story? You and Bob's. Did you share a cage? I don't know. You just told you grabbed two birds, put them in carrier cage, and then put the necks together so you could basically carry them all.
What was that? Are you talking about the day of the fire?
Yep.
No, I grabbed them, put my
Oh,
arms around them, and carried them out the door, one after another, just like that. Grab outside, grab outside, into the car. Just that. I
oh,
didn't have
no
time to
cage
do
at
it.
all was involved.
No, there were cages in the car. I mean, there were little carry cages in the car, but I didn't even bother
Mhm.
then. I just threw them in the car, and then when I got them all in the car, I went back and put them in cages inside the car. But
Excellent. Oh, Snowball. Oh my gosh.
I didn't have time for that, and as I was going out the door, with the last
Mhm.
bird, the whole wall blew up in flames. So, Bob, don't you
I
start
would like
that.
to know if it was a big fire.
Well, big enough, it completely wiped out the. Yeah, it was in a. We actually had the sanctuary in an apartment at that time, and that yeah wiped out the entire apartment. They were
Okay,
able
doc.
to stop it from going to the others, but it was those walls in the apartments are just bad places to be in. Because something like that, if they don't control the rodents on the walls, you can have real problems. So
So we have Buktir Shah with us. Greeting everyone, beautiful family, love you so much. And oh, Jocelyn just shared the sad news. She says, my hero passed away today, Jane Goodall. Oh, I didn't hear about that. That's sad.
hmm, we humans just dropping like flies.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think she was pretty old by now, but she was an important person. Great field studies. Just sitting there for weeks next to a monkey or ape tribe to get included.
Yeah, she did amazing work. She had a lot of people complaining that she was getting too close. She wasn't maintaining her objectivity, and she basically told them that they could go fly a kite. So it's the only way to truly get to know a social animal is to do like I'm doing with these guys. You got to be in there with them. So
That's the thing. She got them to act naturally around her. And the thing is, you can approach things from different angles, but just because someone approaches not the same angle than you doesn't mean it's not scientifically correct. So, I mean, also the methods need to be investigated and improved because new things get discovered, and then you have to readjust. Right, Cecil? You know all about that. Where's sugar? Oh,
that is the spot right around here she likes to sit. She likes to sit on that particular rope in front of that toy. And when you're not looking, she plays with it. But, yeah, I just saw a video clip on a couple of days ago on her. You know, Irene Pepperberg has a similar problem, but she's done everything right as far as, you know, following all the scientific methods, keeping exact records, having multiple different people work with Alex. Now she's working with another bird, but um, and still the community doesn't want to accept what the scientific community doesn't want to accept her research. That's because human beings have this idea that somehow they're better than other animals. And when it comes to evolution, we've all evolved just as long. Humans have evolved to get here as long as pond scum. So there isn't one better than another. There are different animals, we're included in that, of course, that have evolved to different niches. But perhaps Agent Smith in the Matrix had it right. We aren't really mammals. We're a virus because everywhere we go, we destroy things. Not something that Jane Goodall was doing. He was one of the good ones. But
Rosebud Atkins joined us. So, hello, Rosebud. Good to see you.
hi, Rosebud. Well, you're here. I'm going to go ahead and give the movie quote. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And I have a bonus question. This doesn't isn't a quote though, but it is in what movie did Anthony Hopkins sound like he was saying something you would expect the Red Queen to say? Andrew, what are you doing?
Oh, Mander, sweetie pie. So
Yeah,
Jane Goodall was an hero for Falcons as well. She made it in physical anthropology in college because of her. Excellent.
yeah. I studied some of her work when I was well after that too, but when I was in college, I took cultural and physical anthropology too. So, you know, if
Oh,
you're a
Mander.
human, you ought to at least have some background on where you came from. Come on, Mander, what are you doing, Mander?
He's
No,
so
you leave
cute.
him alone. Come here. You leave him alone. Come
Bob
sit
is
up here.
it's just
Come
Amanda
sit.
on the
I'm
floor.
gonna sit right here. No,
Nothing
if you sit,
special.
Bob, don't you mess with him. All right, if you want to go up there, that's fine. But leave Super Chicken alone.
Um, Jocelyn, I think the question goes to you, Don. Do you follow Parrot Kindergarten with Griffin Cockatoo who talks with tablets?
No, mm-mm. I follow what they're doing in Austria with the dolphins there, but that's a little more interesting to me because it's based on science. So science gets it right most of the time. There are exceptions when they don't want to believe that an animal can be as smart as these cockatoos and other parrots are. They don't want to believe that. They want to think they're superior. Hasn't changed from when Darwin was around, honestly. Hi. You okay? You all right? You don't have to run away. But I wouldn't have gone to stand next to Jasmine because Jasmine has no particular love for you. Cecil, are you asking me to pet you? You are?
So, if you guys have any idea from which movie this quote is, feel free to put it in the chat if you want to share your guesses with everyone, especially with us that knows the answer. I don't.
The quote goes back in history a long time, but that was the movie that made the quote notable in the world.
Rosebud would like to know, was Kevin Spacey in the movie?
Yes.
Rosebud says the usual suspects.
That's it.
Ah, wow. Excellent.
Well done. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
Is it?
Hmm. As far as the
I have
mystery
such a
goes,
long list with movies I have to watch from you. And every time I watch a movie or so, there come 10 news up I also have to watch. I basically could watch movies every day.
well, if if you want a recommendation of a specific type, I'm good at that too. Yeah. Wow. That's a mystery. That's an incredible mystery, and that most people don't figure out until it's over. The other one I brought up is if anyone gets that, I'll be surprised. But
Wait, you have a second one?
not a quote, not a quote. It's
Oh,
in what movie did Anthony Hopkins say something that you would have expected to be said by the Red Queen from Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland? I'll add something to that. At the dinner table, in a scene not too different than a scene in the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I think the Moluccan ladies are sleeping. Snowball and is that Lucy back there?
That's loose.
Yes.
The sleeping goose.
Yeah.
Amanda.
Looks like they're all taking a nap now. So Falconsu, not Falconsu, Rosebud is happy that she actually got that one. So congratulations, Rosebud.
Yeah, well done. Great movie. I like Kevin Spacey. I mean, I get tired of them dragging all these people through, these moralistic um, charades. I remember what George Carlin said about Michael Jackson. He said he's the finest performer we've seen in 100 years, and he said as far as he was concerned, he'd send him children. That was George, though. George, that was his way of making a point. Quit attacking the guy. He's a great performer, but
Hmm.
no,
I yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just chatting of something I've seen today on the YouTube side from For the Birds, Jim Hook. He is feeding the wild cockatoos in Australia, and he figures out more and more family structures. So looks like Scruffy is the young cockatoo of Mom Faxi and Dad Fluffy, which is so cute. Scruffy has a really cool crest, which looks like all over.
Yeah, it's October now, so I'm going to be giving you these. This is obviously well, I won't say obvious. This is a horror movie I'm talking about, but it's October, so we have to do the horror movie thing. But I'm not going to
Yeah.
use movie quotes from horror movies so much, but I'm going to do a little extra thing. Um, but anyway, back to Cecil. He doesn't now. There's two medications which are not. They're supplements technically, but not according to the vets because they contain particular compounds that are great for the liver. One is milk thistle, but you can't just buy it off the shelf. You've got to make Harrison's has one that's safe. That's the only one I could find that was just milk thistle, and it actually told you, how many milligrams you were giving the bird because you can't just be giving them, random amounts. That could make it worse. So, it has to be measured, has to be given at the same time, twice a day. He gets that. Um, he doesn't like the taste of it, but what he really doesn't like is the Sam E. It's another one of these. It's over the counter, but if you can find one that's just glycerin based, which I have, um, He gets better on an empty stomach because it works better on an empty stomach. Where milk thistle, you want to put a little bit of almond butter with it. You know, get it to take a little almond butter after it, because that helps to energize the compound in it to work to free up the liver. So exactly the opposite with the SAMe. So, and both were recommended, recommended by veterinarians. So, but I know a lot of people just buy whatever's on the shelf, and that doesn't work. If you don't know how much you're giving and you're not giving a prescribed dosage of it, and you could be causing more trouble than it's worth. I mean, um, but Cecil seems to be doing better under this regimen. As you can see, he's running around. Uh, a couple of weeks ago, he was pretty lethargic. Orchard big boy. So he gets the milk vessel twice a day after he's eaten in the morning, and then at night, just before he eats. He gets the SAM in the morning with no food. I have to take his bowl away at night, and he fights me. I mean, he's it's his beak's coming after me, saying, "You're not taking my bowl of food." But isn't it? It is, isn't it? Yeah. And a bunch of sleepy birds. So, at first look, he does seem to be getting better. Yeah. If we were in a more advanced country, I could take him in for a CT scan. But over here, they'd probably take one of my limbs, just in the thousands of dollars they would charge for it. Where in some countries, it's almost free. Not just that, it's pretty much standard instead of using X-rays. X-rays are, it's going back to the 40s and 50s. We have a lot better than that, don't we, Bob? So we have to wait a few months. There's no way around it. All I can do is feel and just, his chest and listen to his breathing to see if it's getting better. And it does seem to be. Doesn't like the stethoscope much, but does seem to be getting better. All your fault, Bob. Actually, it is all Bob's fault. The reason there's canvas here is this is one of those outdoor chairs that has the bungee cord that holds it together, and I have to make sure those are hidden from him because he'll chew them up. Now he might chew this up. That's okay. I can put another one on. But if he does the one on the chair, then the whole thing falls apart, and I have to restring it. So it is Bob's fault, isn't it, Bob? So in that movie with Anthony Hopkins, he plays a crazy man. I can tell you that he's definitely a little off, just like his character in the book. What are you doing?
So let's read more chatter. Spirit Meta dropped just in, so hello, Spirit. And then Richie the Cockatoo is here. Hello.
Hello. Come here, kitty pie. Bob is such a mess. No ideas on that movie, huh? The movie was made with no CGI, no electronic special effects whatsoever. See, it's another clue. It's a Francis Ford Coppola movie, and his son did the special effects. Looking pretty good, aren't you, kid? Hmm? You trying to fool me so I'll give you more food? You used to eat those pellets. He's really fighting me on eating the Harrison's pellets. He eats some of the mash, and if he's eating any of the pellets, I can't tell it. But his weight's maintaining. His droppings look better. He's more active, more demanding. Pet me, as he's doing right now.
So the first guesses come in. Calvin Thurston guesses Star Wars, and Rosebud Atkins Noah.
Good guesses, but no. Um, Another clue. I'm thinking of clues, but I know they're too direct. I had to come with more indirect clue. Hmm. Some of them are just too obvious. The main antagonist in the film, the bad guy, is his beloved is named the River Queen, played by somebody who is not welcome at Saks Fifth Avenue. There was an esoteric clue if there ever was one. But it's Halloween time, so it got to be esoteric, right? Bob, do you have to stuff wood into my pants? It's really uncomfortable when you go to switch legs, and your pants are all filled with broken up wood that Bob has stuffed in there. You're a little different, Bob. We're going to go get more wood. Lovely.
Oh, Mander, so needy.
In the movie, Anthony Hopkins says a bunch of things that basically turn everybody off from eating the roast that's on the table. Can't
Which
believe
is true.
nobody's.
Training.
I can't believe nobody's seen that movie. It is
So Rosebud
in
says
my.
she loves the Bob. So greetings to Bob from Rosebud. Where's the Bob?
He's
Oh,
stuffing
that
my pants. He went to get
picture.
another piece of wood. He's stuffing
Yep.
more wood in my shorts.
When the pocket's full with wood, he continues with the
Yep.
legs.
There's
Rosebud says, all I can think of is Hannibal. Hannibal?
well, he was a crazy person in Hannibal, but um, that's not the movie we're looking at. This is going to give it away, but in that scene, while they're sitting there at dinner, someone asks, "Well, what did you do with Lucy?" And he says, "We drove a stake through her heart, chopped her head off, and filled her mouth full of garlic." And if you don't get the movie then that means you're not fond of horror movies. That, in my opinion, is one of the best ever made, if not the best. It starred Gary Oldman and Winona Ryder and Anthony Hopkins. Carrie Eulis is in it, the one who was the main character in The Princess Bride.
Rosebud thinks that Babalu is an overachiever.
Oh yeah, I don't know what he's going to do when he runs out of wood. Well, there's still plenty of wood down there, so
Hmm. I love that Babalu Bob.
I do too. But he is a bit of a maniac. He's he's kind
Oh,
of
he's
like
a
that.
titan. They are a
Mm.
bit special. One has to acknowledge that.
He's got a little air of Van Helsing from that movie. The movie is Bram Stoker's Dracula, and if you haven't seen it, you need to see it. I mean, it's really a love story, and that's hard to believe, but it is a love story.
It
It's
is.
fairly, it
I
is
think a
fairly
new version is coming out this fall.
a new version. There couldn't possibly be one better than that. But
Mhm.
I watch, since I was a kid, I've watched every Dracula movie that's out there, I think, but maybe I missed a few recently because I don't get to watch movies, but the birds watch movies. I don't. Well, and they watched Bram Stoker's Dracula and seemed to like it. Um,
Mm.
just they were didn't disturb them at all. They just kind of go, oh, look at that. It doesn't mean the same thing to them that it does to us,
Nope.
but
We are different species.
the original book didn't was not a love story per se, but you just had to add like 5 minutes in the front and 5 minutes in the end to turn it into a love story, and it was done quite well. So when Coppola he brought in somebody to do special effects, and I don't remember who it was, but this person kept saying, "Well, we could do that a lot better with CGI, with computer animation." And like the third time he said it, he got fired. And then Coppola brought in his son. There's a scene there, which is I remember in the book quite well, but it's well described where you're looking over Jonathan Harker's because nobody's probably read the book, but in the book it's all different people's journals. There's no direct talking. It's all different people talking in their journals about what happened. And well, there's a picture of Jonathan Harker's journal, and then there's a train moving through the mountains in the background. Right. Well, to get that framed right without using any kind of regular special effects that they use today, they had to use a 6 foot long book, and then they actually used a model train. They made the mountains and all that. And they used a model train with a backdrop on it, and it looks real. I mean, it looks good. And they did it all without using any kind of special effects. Bob, stop that. No, get down from there. No, no, get away from there.
So
He's trying to
Falcon
grab me.
to us was Keanu in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yep, yep. He played Jonathan Harker. Oh, I put my other leg down. That was not a good maneuver. Ouch.
Bob, you have a big fan in Rosebud. She appreciates
Yeah,
you doing all the woodwork. I do
and
too.
Winona Ryder was the River Princess. You know, she was both the reincarnated love of Dracula and Jonathan Harker's girlfriend Mina. Around this time of year, I used to read Dracula. I can't do that anymore, but they do have Audible has one now that um, Tim Curry and a few other people, it's a full cast, do it. They actually read the book. So little by little, while I'm washing dishes at night, I'm listening to Dracula. I read that when I was 9 or 10 years old in my room by candlelight. What are you doing? There's some great scenes in that movie, like where he's where Dracula is talking to Jonathan Harker, and in the background you see the shadow on the wall, and all of a sudden the shadow turns around and starts choking the shadow of Jonathan Harker, and of course, you know that's not what's happening in front, but that's what you see behind. Lots of cool stuff like that. You know, you had to think to come up with good special effects. They did a great job. Bob could go in that movie, although he probably would be better off in another movie, which I may actually reference, which I would bet 9 out of 10 people haven't seen. I'm not going to bring it up now, but Bob would fit in that movie. So Cecil, as you can see, he looks a lot better. He's more active. He's begging for petting. He's acting like Cecil Jekyll right now. Bob, how did you get all these new feathers in here? I just checked you yesterday, I thought. And then Sugar would be in a movie where the stone gremlins come to life.
Do you think?
And she could sit there and be a stone gremlin for a while and then start preening.
And play when nobody is looking.
I think probably Snowball would have a hockey mask.
Oh no.
Well, that's the only sports figure or similar to a sports figure that I could think of because he's so sporty. And Lucy would be in Psycho, just waiting for somebody to come to the hotel so she could give him trouble. Jasmine would be and I'm trying to think of she'd be in a stalker movie.
Sugar, stop
Well,
scaring Rosebud.
What would you be in there? Well, what kind of movie would you be? You'd have to be in a
He
comedy,
will
wouldn't
be in
you?
every single movie, the victim.
Yeah, there you go. He's the victim.
I don't know how he does it. Amanda, we love you, but you're a little bit special. But actually, it's so innocent. Usually, the innocent won't be touched in horror movies.
Not
Iron
usually.
Rule. Calvin says Jazz would be Mike Myers in Halloween. Jason.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that. Bob would be probably in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I've never seen that. I'm not much for the blood and gore movies. I like the horror movies. And when I was a kid, I grew up on the Wolf Man and Dracula and that kind of thing. Back when those were in black and white, and Bela
Don, you forgot
Lugosi.
Romeo. Rosebud
Huh?
just reminded me.
What?
You forgot Romeo.
That's because he's not out here. It's easy with Aston. Yeah, Romeo would probably be in Nosferatu, the original Dracula movie, as you don't see him on stage all that much, and he only
I
comes
just
out in a.
think about Pippa.
Hmm. Pip, probably American Psycho. Um,
Oh man.
that's a movie I found hard to get through, and I was really surprised by the ending. That's all I can tell you.
Mhm.
I usually horror movies are not a problem, but it seemed to me too much like a slasher movie, and they don't usually thrill me. But he's such a good actor. Christian Bale is such a good actor that I wanted to keep watching it, but when he came down the stairwell with the chainsaw, I just had to stop. Does have a heck of a twist at the end, though. Yeah, so Kaz and Cecil, hi Cecil. Should I turn this around so they can see your face? There we go. There's the Cecil. Are you doing better, Cecil? You'd be better with more food? Yeah, well, you got to learn to eat those Harrison pellets. They're good. They taste good. No, you don't think so? I bet if I coated them with almond butter, you'd eat them. Yeah, almond butter. You like that, don't you? Say almond
Classy.
butter looks yeah. They like the almond butter a lot better than peanut butter.
Mm.
Not much in the way of protein though. It's mostly fat, so you don't want to give them much of that.
Hmm.
But they
But
all
he
look
needs
at you like,
something, right, Cecil? You're
well,
a poor thing.
he gets a tiny bit of it with his Sammy. So hey, don't no, you're not gonna start doing that. He lifts up my shirt and then he jams wood into my pants. No, I got the camera on. But you moved out of there now. You don't want people to see what you do. Yeah. He gets back there and he shoves wood into my clothing.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe he should be in Psycho.
No, not Bob.
No, he's a good bird, but he's a little strange. Well, thank you everybody for being here.
Yeah, thanks for
And
coming.
we'll be back
Next
next
Monday.
week with some more movie quotes and some more stuff about birds. And with any luck, we'll be back with two healthier birds, Cause and Cecil. Soon, later this month, though, the vet's going to come out and test all the other 10 birds. And we have someone who donated the money for that. So I'll say thank you over the air for that. So, Cecil, you want to say goodbye? He's too busy preening. How about you, Bob? Thank you, Amy, for moderating.
Thank you for the stream and showing us the birds. Thanks to Babalu for entertaining us, because the chat is having fun, especially Falconsu says she's dying laughing at Bob.
Oh, you get to get a little bit of wine here.
Mm.
Well, we know you're not going to be
Sugar says
Dracula
it's
because
time.
you know she's never going to be Dracula because Dracula never drinks wine. All right, guys, we're out of here.
Science knowledge only adds to the excitement, the mystery, and the awe of a flower.
Evidence is evidence. It's public. Everybody can look at the evidence and assess it, and eventually, if there's enough evidence, come to the same conclusion.
The Chloe Sanctuary for Parrots and Cockatoos, a nonprofit charity dedicated to the empowerment of captive parrots and public awareness.